What's good, everybody? Now remember this classic combination for life, and you're gonna thank me till the day you die. Eggs, mushroom, and cheese go together like no other combination. All three condiments are super strong in something called umami, which is basically a meat-like flavor. And when you combine three really strong umami-giving ingredients together, you're left with heaven. The real star of this dish, mushrooms. If you can, try getting a variety of mushrooms. So I've got button mushrooms and oyster mushrooms here. Now, contrary to popular belief, mushrooms aren't really that high in protein. They've got about 3 to 5 grams per 100, which really isn't much even for a vegetarian source. But hey, they're giving you a ton of vitamins and minerals, and above all, they're giving you flavor. And you know what else gives you flavor in this dish? One whole onion. Remember, there's too much umami going on in this dish, and you want to cut all that with the sweetness from this onion. Now, when it comes to food, remember this one rule: texture is flavor. And in this case, to get the texture, we're just gonna chop up all the mushrooms roughly. When you chop it up roughly, you've got all kinds of textures, just making the food much better. The first step in making the stuffed omelette, the stuffing. And according to me, the stuffing's kind of got a rustic theme. And anything rustic starts with garlic, in my opinion. 2 cloves of garlic straight into your non-stick pan. And then I'm gonna go in with just a teaspoon of ghee. And if you want to take it to the next level, add just a bit of thyme. And if you don't have thyme at home, any Italian seasoning or any oregano will also do. You just want to add a bit of an Italian-y flavor. That single teaspoon of ghee is gonna leach out all the flavor from the herbs and the garlic and kind of give a more homogeneous feel to the entire stuffing. After about 5 minutes of sauteing, you can go in with that finely chopped onion. Remember, this is a kind of Italian-y cooking, so you want to take it till it's golden brown. So start the process with just a little bit of salt and keep sauteing till the onions completely lose color, and then start changing color to this magical golden brown. Now this by itself is a delicious stuffing, but mushrooms just make anything more delicious. That's if you're a mushroom person, of course. I certainly am. So 5 to 10 minutes of sauteing on a medium flame, and you'll see that the mushrooms start losing all their water. So once they've lost a lot of their water, you'll actually see that they start changing color, they go darker. And remember, the darker it is, the more full of flavor, or at least that's how I'd like to look at it. Either way. So you just saute it, and about 5 to 10 minutes later, when your mushrooms are all dark and ready and kind of dry, you leave them in a bowl and just let them cool down. And this is where we can begin work on our protein. 4 whole eggs for all those 25 grams of goodness. So just break them into a bowl like this. Remember, we are going in with the yolk because of all that flavor and the nutrition. If you want to know more about how whole eggs are super healthy and how you should be eating them, make sure you check out my video on eggs. Either way, the next step is to whisk them really well. The secret to a great fluffy omelette is incorporating air through the whisking. So whisk them till they're all bubbly like this, and this is when you can get your gas on full whack and use the same non-stick that you used to saute those mushrooms. So you just get the non-stick super hot, go in with about another teaspoon of ghee and just spread it on your non-stick as much as it can. And at this point, you can go in with that airy egg wash. Remember, at this point, you want to lower your flame and cook the omelette on a super low flame. Low and slow for added fluffiness. We're gonna make the best omelette in the world. After about 2 minutes of those eggs sitting on a low flame, you can go in with that stuffing. Place the mushrooms on one half of the omelette like this on one side and just let it sit there. Now by itself, this is a spectacular omelette, but you know what's more spectacular? Anything with cheese. Yes, it's a little high calorie, and yes, it's a little high fat, but it takes food to the next level. And food isn't always about fit food. You gotta have fun once in a while. Next, you can go in with a bit of salt. Remember, not too much, the stuffing's already got a lot of salt. Then a bit of pepper, completely according to your own taste. And finally, just wait for the omelette to kind of solidify like this. So once you see that it's getting a little bit solid, you know it's time to flip. So get your hands on a spatula and very carefully, without breaking the omelette, flip it. And remember, even if it breaks a bit, that's okay. We're gonna be cooking it a little bit more, so all those broken parts are gonna recombine and give you one nice homogeneous omelette. The last step is to cover it with a lid and just let it sit there on a low flame to get rid of the runniness. Finally, after about 2 or 3 minutes on a slow flame, your omelette is ready. Oh yeah!